Hi, Dr. Mariam. My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Hashim. My matrix number VIA1S0027 172038880. And then our title for this subject, Qualitative Research Project in Sport Management, is Unethical Behaviour Among Athletes. So I will present to you about the introduction. So first is sport is described as a physical activity that is governed by a set of rules and regulations. This existence of these rules and regulation is the ignite for many discussion of ethics as it concerns athletes. So next is unethical. uh, Unethical behavior is an action that falls outside of what is considered morally right to an individual. So uh, nowadays, too many aggression and violence happens mostly from physical contact sports such as football and rugby. And then during the tournament or competition, mostly the professional losing to control their emotional. So anger aggression is associated with a combination of the telic and negativistic states and the experience of unpleasant high arousal. And then uh, the next is the ethics of the athlete is very important if they want to stay longer in the arena of sports or in their own sports field. Lastly, our objective for our research is uh, to study on what type of unethical behavior that the athletes did during training and match. So another objective for our research study is to determine the motive of their unethical behavior in any sports. This research was carried out to gain better understanding of why individuals involving in this unethical behavior. So that's all from my part. I will pass to my friends. Thank you, Doctor.
So basically, we have we're going to do like 6 research methods. And the first one is research design. So the design of this study is qualitative, explorative, descriptive, and psychology of unethical behavior in sports. Basically, our title for this research is um, an unethical behavior in sports. So the is qualitative offers the opportunity to know why the athletes used to come the unethical behavior during sports events. So the purpose of this exploration is to gain a richer understanding of the experiences. And descriptive of this study is usually conducted when little is known about the phenomenon of interest. And lastly, for the psychology study is usually conducted on people's behavior, performance, and mental operation. After that is sample and sampling method. So we use the population that involved is all University of Malaya students, athletes, which age between 19 to 30 years, and the size of our sample is 6 participants, and uh, we choose the university athletes as our sample because our study was focused on the students who were presenting their university, and which the samples are 3 males and 3 female students. And next is data collection procedure. So uh, the the method for gathering data on subject involve locating and contacting University of Malaya students who participate in university sports. We will issue them a consent form with a short description of our study goal after they agree to cooperate. Next is instrument. So we use a semi-structured interview. So next is trustworthiness. So trustworthiness, the truth value is the level of trustworthiness that we use. So credibility is the technique that is used to give a truth value to qualitative analysis. So we choose these attributes so we can triangulate the data by looking at it from various perspectives, such as different data processing processes, different data sources, and more than one way to validate the data. Apart from that, we choose this value because decision making can be monitored by peers. Finally, we should perform a member checking procedure to ensure that the outcome accurately represent the information provided by participants. Lastly is data analysis. So through the content analysis, we will analyze the data. So that's all on my part. Thank you.
A very good day to Dr. Mariam. So my name is Muhammad Khairul Irwan bin Muhammad Kamel, and my metric number is VIA 190028. So for my groups, I will present about the result and discussions of our research. So I will start first. So as you can see in the slide, we have a result and discussions. So we have identified based on the result, we have identified 3 main themes in our participants during the interview sessions, which is information segment, specific behavior, and also the motive of unethical behavior. So all of this theme will be presented in the chart and the slide below. So I will begin with the first one with information segment. So as you can see, to begin with, the highest frequency for information segment is online broadcasting with 5 frequency, which most of our respondents claim that they have seen some of unethical behavior during live on the televisions, especially in the game of tournament in football of a European country. So next is a second highest frequency with 4 frequency each indoor games, outdoor games, and experience information and self-view. So all of these informations are gathered and collected based on their opinions and also sport experience regarding of our research topic. And then we have the third highest frequency, which is with 2 frequency, which have 5 different segment sub-theme, which is time constraints, surrounding occasions, general information, opportunity to play, and special occasions. And lastly is the least frequency with only 1 frequency, which is country preferred, racism, and live stadium. So respondent opinion is they watch unethical behavior during the competition, and all this information are very useful of our research topic and objective. As you can see, the next slide is specific behavior. So for the specific behavior, we have the highest frequency is 3, which is low awareness level. So our respondent told us that they did 2 or 3 unethical behavior in a game, and some of them only did 1. So our male respondent are more aggressive and to act unethically during the games. So compared to female respondent, they not really go to the aggressive game. Next is we have a second high frequency for specific behavior, which is 2. We have 3 different sub-themes for this frequency, which is cursing, physical attack, and low awareness level. So this will answer our objectives, which is a type of unethical behavior during the game. So for example, we said a bad word or cursing to other player and our opponents. And also the last one is lowest frequency, which is with 1 frequency, which is scold teammates, disrespect, and also spitting. And during a football game, one of our respondents behave like they're spitting to a referee to show their angers toward the referee. So this is very clear information of specific unethical behavior of our respondents. So this is very relevant to type of to the unethical behavior that our respondent did during the games. So this is basically for me. I will pass the next presentation to my friends. So thank you, Dr.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Dr. Mariam. My name is Muhammad Anas bin Rizal, VIA 190022. I will be presenting based on my part for our topic of our research, which is the unethical behavior among the athletes in sport. Okay, so I will continue for the figure 3, which is the motive on unethical behavior among athletes in sport. there are several motifs that we find out, which is the first one is revenge, emotional, uncontrolled, provocation, shock, advice, intense situation, gossip, feel guilty, and also dirty play. Okay, based on the figure 3, the highest frequency of motive on unethical behavior based on the interview of athlete is revenge. Based on the interviewers said, mostly in tournament or competition, the revenge happen when the opposite player using force of violence to them first. The next one is the second highest frequency is emotional, which are 4. This happen to the athlete during the games or training. Based on the interviews, they said that they becoming too emotional, such as angry to the people because their teammate repeatedly doing the same mistake. Meanwhile, they are trying hard to push their effort to win the match. And the last one is the lowest frequency of motive of unethical behavior is dirty play. Refer to the interview of participant. Dirty play happen in the match because all the teams want to win the game. So when the dirty play creep, dissatisfactions arise among the players and then start doing the unethical behavior to the opponent's team. Okay, for the next slide is relevance of study. Okay, based on the relevance of study, this study is conducted to gain a better understanding of the factors that influence athletes to behave unethically during the game. The result for our research will inspire the public interest that unethical behavior is awful to watch for our society. Next is the study also encourage more athletes to apply a fair play game to create a better environment of sport industry. It will make more people to watch a fair and a playful game, thus become a role model for the young youth through sport. Okay, next slide is limitation of the research. Okay, there are several limitations during the process of this research that we have faced. The rise of COVID-19 has become our limitation of this research because of movement control order by government. Our interview had to be held online face-to-face using applications like Zoom and Google Meet, which could be limited to those people who cannot access the internet or online interviews. Weak internet connection also affect both research and respondents during our interview season, but we managed to cope with the situation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Dr. Maram Hadi Zadeh, our lecturer for research project in sport management. So, I am Daniel bin Ashraf Effendi, my matric number VIA 190001, and I will present the conclusion part, which is I will develop the recommendation of future research and acknowledgement. So, from the conclusion is we can identify the background of the participants, which is the participant that has been selected by our group based on the relation between that has been with them and with our topic. Next, we also can identify the types of unethical behavior in sports and also their motive of unethical behavior in sports. And lastly is most of the reason why the unethical behavior can happen in the sport is because of the revenge and emotion. The unethical behavior is not just happen in the hardcore sports such as soccer and rugby. It also can happen in other sports such as badminton and martial arts as well, and also the handball, based on the survey that has been done by our group. This indicates that these factors that happen are the main concern why there has still unethical happen in the sport, even though has already has a rules or law regarding this matter.
Next, for the recommended for the future research is, first is to come up more topic regarding this unethical behavior or any topic that related to our topic. It is because it is a serious and interesting matter, and the scenario always happen in the sport. The result of our study can open the eyes of the public to take further action about this unethical behavior in the sports. And another recommended by our group is to increase the participants, including parental supports, sport supporter, and representative from the government or any sport institute. So, it will can give a good and a big impact to the national sport government as well. Next, for the acknowledgement, we would like to say thank you to Dr. Mariam Halizadeh, our lecturer of the Qualitative Research Project in Sport Management, because the excellent guidance that has been given to by helping us to finishing our assignment. And we also would like to thank you for the participants for their cooperations by finishing our assignment. And we also would like to say thank you for everyone who involved directly or indirectly in success together with us by finishing our report. So that's all from my part and also from my group. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Sharafuddin. My metric number is VIA 190019 and 17206-100. So I'm here to present reference and appendix. So this is our reference that we use in our literature review. There are 6 of reference. And then this is the appendixes. So this is the question that we use in interview. It has 3 sections. First section is background of participant. Second section is type of unethical behavior. Third section is motives of their unethical behavior in sports. So there are several questions under this section. This is the participant details. So we have here 3 males and 3 females. Next, this is our transcript that we analyzed from the interview. So this is from participant 1, participant 2, participant 3, 4, 5, and the last one is participant 6. Based on the transcript, we use it and we analyze and move the information into this table. So we create it, the main point in, and then we separate it between the sections. So this is highlight for yellow one, this is turquoise, and next is the green one. After that, we create this table to let us know the higher frequency and the lower or the temp for each point. So I already separate it between the 3 main points here, and then I move it, the point into this table, which is the primary temp or higher order temp, and under sub temp lower order temp. So this is it. And next, I create this table to let you know or let people know the detail for our each point. So for example here, primary temp, high order temp is for information segment, and then sub-temp lower order temp. The highest one is online broadcasting, and then we got this point from participant 2, participant 3, participant 5, and participant 6. This is also from information segment. Then is specific behavior, motive unethical behavior. So this is the last thing, which is the main term. We want to find the information segment, specific behavior, motive of unethical behavior, because we want to know the main of our topic, which is unethical behavior among athletes in sport.
that's all from our group. Thank you.